verbs. And if you want to review the verbs, you can check out the video on my YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel. And I'll tell you the story now, and I will also publish this story in print in Arabic and English, and I'll be reading it to you in both Arabic and English. So I hope you enjoy that. It's very important to put words in context, as I always say in my lessons. So I'm making this list of verbs and putting them in context. Eventually, it will be a book. Once all the audio and video has been uploaded to my YouTube channel and maybe to my podcast as well, I will be producing the book. So let me know in comments below what you think about putting words in context. Do you think it's important, or do you think it's not necessary? And why? So let's see. I'll tell you the story of Khalid. I'll say it in English and then in Arabic. So my friend Khalid was born in France. He grew up in Paris and was educated in French public schools. He got married at the age of 25 and divorced at the age of 27. He remarried at the age of 30 and was widowed at the age of 65. He had 3 daughters with his second wife. He married his daughters off to highly educated men. He owns a large car company and employs 100 people. He only uses his company cars to travel. Did you understand the story from the first reading? I'll read it in Arabic now. ولد صديقي خالد في فرنسا. نشأ في باريس وتعلم أو تلقى تعليمه في المدارس الحكومية الفرنسية. تزوج في سن 25 وطلق في سن 27. تزوج مرة أخرى وهو في 30 من عمره، وترمل في سن 65. أنجب 3 بنات من زوجته الثانية. زوج بناته لرجال متعلمين تعليما عاليا. يمتلك أو يملك شركة سيارات كبيرة ويوظف بها 100 شخص. I said ينظف. I know I have to clean the kitchen. يجب أن ننظف المطبخ. زلة لسان. It's a slip of the tongue. لا يستخدم سوى سيارات شركته للسفر. So before we continue, let me know in comments below if you have a friend like Khalid who lives abroad or was born and lives abroad. أخبروني في التعليقات أدناه إن كان لديكم صديق مثل خالد يعيش في الخارج أو ولد ويعيش في الخارج. Let me know. أيضا أخبروني, also let me know if you have any questions إن كانت لديكم أي أسئلة عن هذا النص about this text. When we're done with this live, I will give you a Zoom link to attend a Zoom lesson with me where we can engage in conversation about this topic, introducing someone or introducing yourself. And also I'll be taking any questions you may have about this text or actually any videos in my YouTube channel. You are welcome to attend the live. I'll give the link to those who are in the live. Okay, so let's see. Let's go over some of the verbs here. So the first sentence says, and we will go through the English and then the Arabic. My friend Khalid was born in France. What is to be born in Arabic? So to give birth, first, can you type to give birth in the chat? To give birth, yes, to give birth is walada. And here we have the passive form, which is wulida. Remember then that for 3-letter verbs, all you have to do is change the voweling. Walada becomes wulida. So the u-i-a voweling makes the passive. Wulida. That's to be born. He was born. Again, in Arabic, we don't have a special form for infinitive. What we do is we use the past tense conjugated with he to make the infinitive. So walada means he gave birth. Of course, men don't give birth, but we say he gave birth. That's what we say in Arabic. Walada, and then so actually for men we say anjaba, which is coming up in this text. So usually walada is for a woman. She says she will be giving birth, so you would say waladat, she gave birth. You can also say anjabat, but anjaba is actually used for men because they cannot really walada, they cannot give birth, although, you know, they actually are their children. So walada yalidu in the present, and walada yalidu al-wilada is the birth. Very good. So that's ولد. Then ولد بالعربية نقول ولد صديقي خالد في فرنسا. He grew up in Paris. In Arabic, what is to grow up in Arabic? Can you write that in the chat? نشأ. Right. نشأ في باريس. And he was educated in French public schools. What is to be educated or to get educated? To get educated is تعلم. You can also say in a more formal way تلقى تعليمه. He received his education. تلقى is to receive. تلقى تعليمه في المدارس. And how do you say public schools? Public schools in Arabic is, public schools are referred to as government schools, and we say المدارس الحكومية. You could say المدارس العامة, but most people use الحكومية, government schools. So again, we are at our live, bi-weekly live, Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. New York time. Welcome to the live. If you are here, you can type your comments or questions in the chat box. Let me write something in the chat so you know I can answer your questions if you want. So welcome. I'll make it all caps. I'll be screaming. Welcome to the live. مرحبا, أهلا وسهلا. And again, since I am a polyglot teacher, after this live, in about 3 or 4 minutes, I'll give you a Zoom link so you can join the Zoom session and we can talk in Arabic, English, French, or Spanish about today's topic, which is to introduce yourself or introduce someone. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to join. I'll be giving you a Zoom link. So we are going over the story for today's list of verbs, which is a list of verbs to introduce, that help us introduce someone or introduce ourselves. And we were talking about my friend Khalid. So the next sentence in the text says, he got married at the age of 25. How would you say that in Arabic or English, or so not English, in Arabic or French or Spanish? Would you like to type that in the chat? You can do that and I will check it for you. So he got married at the age of 25. In Arabic would be تزوج في سن 25. تزوج في سن 25. Very good. And then the next part of the sentence says, he divorced at the age of 27. What is to divorce? Yes, طلق. طلق يطلق التطليق, to divorce. So he divorced at the age of 27. طلق في سن 27. Very good. And the next sentence says, he remarried at the age of 30. How do you say to redo something? So you can say another time, right? مرة أخرى. So he remarried in Arabic would be تزوج مرة أخرى. You can also say أعاد الزواج. أعاد is to redo something. You can use the verb أعاد. It comes from the verb عاد, to return, and أعاد is to make something return, to make something come back, meaning to make the action happen again. So أعاد الزواج, so he remarried. You can say also تزوج مرة أخرى. At the age of 30, you could say في سن 30, or you could say وهو في 30, in which case you don't have to say سن 30. You can if you want, but since we know that it is, we are talking about age from context, we know this from context, so we could just say تزوج مرة أخرى وهو في 30 من عمره. And you don't even have to add من عمره. You could just say في سن 30. And the next part of the sentence says, and he was widowed at the age of 35. So the verb to be widowed is ترمل. ترمل with a shadda on the meme. وترمل في سن 65. He was widowed at the age of 65. ترمل في سن 65. So we will stop here. It's 12:15 already. As I said, I will publish this story in Arabic and English, so watch for it. It's coming up soon. And let me put the Zoom link here so you can join me for the Zoom session.